Take a breath. Feel your heart. You are sovereign. You are joy. You are peace. You are love. And you are free. Today is Tarot Tuesday, and I'm going to pull from the Ascended Masters deck first. I am looking for a new deck. I need something new and fresh and interesting. So if anybody has any recommendations, I would love to hear them. Okay, so let's see what we get from the Ascended Masters. I like to do tarot to look at the shadow and the things that I would normally not see and normally not want to see. So tarot helps me to do that. Oops. Okay. So we got cool cards. We got Stay Focused and the Spiritual Law of Attraction, Melchizedek. So Stay Focused is Kuthumi. This is Doreen Virtue. This is a pretty old deck. Stay Focused. You drew this card as a reminder to stay focused upon your intentions, desires, and priorities. We're in this kind of in-between place right now. It feels like we've been there forever, right? Don't allow yourself to be distracted by short-term situations, dramas, or other people's demands. Yeah, that's happening to me. Is that happening to you? Keep a positive outlook about your dreams and imagine that they've already manifested into reality. I keep getting that message over and over again. They have already manifested into reality, so focus on that, where you actually see and experience them. Devote regular amounts of time toward your projects and priorities. Say no to distractions and you will see results. Kuthumi, sometimes called Kuthumi, was a Sikh spiritual leader named Sardar Thakur Singh Sadanwali, who lived in India during the 1800s. Madame Blavatsky, a founder of the Theosophy, met Kuthumi during his lifetime and later channeled his messages after his death. Some New Age teachers believe Kuthumi was Saint Francis and Pythagoras in previous lifetimes. Call upon Kuthumi for motivation and focus upon your priorities and divine life purpose. Okay, and then we got the Spiritual Law of Attraction, Melchizedek. The situation you're inquiring about has come to you via the spiritual law of attraction. You've attracted certain people or situations because they mirror your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. In the same way, people and situations that you once found desirable are now moving out of your life as you've shifted your energy through your spiritual path. Like attracts like means that everything and everyone that you draw into your life is similar to your thought patterns. So we should be receiving our harvest soon for whatever work we've done over the past year. So I think this is kind of speaking to that a little bit. If you want to change what or who you attract, hold more positive, loving, and joyful thoughts. The Ascended Masters and Angels can help you with this shift. Melchizedek was a Canaanite priest king and teacher of the patriarch Abraham. He's associated with Archangel Michael and Jesus in many ancient spiritual texts, including some who interchange his name with Michael's and Jesus's. Melchizedek is reputed to be Noah's descendant and a great spiritual master of alchemy and sacred geometry, the building blocks of matter. Call upon Melchizedek for help in mastering manifestation and to understand esoteric wisdom. Okay, so let's now get what may be blocking us from receiving these gifts that are coming in. So I'm going to get the Light Seers Tarot. So what blocks we might need to help to clear in order to receive the gifts that are coming to us. So we're just going to ask that question and see what comes up. We got the Nine of Wands. And also, what do we need to know? So what blocks and what do we need to know to help us to be in the flow and receive and enter our highest timeline, if you want to call it that. Receive our highest good. Maybe there's nothing else. Maybe that's it. Let's see. Is there anything else? Ooh, okay. So I've been doing a lot of these like heavy sighs. It's a way of releasing old stale energy. Ooh. Okay. So we got the Nine of Wands. What do you see there? What do you feel? What do you hear? What do you just know when you see that card? King of Pentacles. The Three of Swords. The Hierophant. And the Chariot. Okay, yes, I find that September, fall has very fast-moving energy a lot of times. Like it hasn't hit us yet, but it's about to, and you can feel it coming. It's like a storm. Some people like storms. My daughter likes storms. Okay, so the Nine of Wands is determination, resilience, defiance, a last defense, the final push, excitement for what's to come, finding motivation in the face of difficulties. Okay, I think that's the stay focused. That goes along with the stay focused. King of Pentacles. So I push beyond my own perceived limitations and I remain open and trusting as I do. King of Pentacles, overflowing material abundance, patience and determination, a confident and warm leader providing for others, comfort and security, personal growth, goals reached, prosperity and success. Exuding warmth, the King of Pentacles welcomes you into his study for a heartfelt conversation about life. He's worked his fields, met his soulmate, found wealth, and now he looks out over his dream manifested as he offers you one of the tarot's most potent messages of forthcoming abundance and prosperity. So just close your eyes and imagine that. You've been invited into the King of Pentacles study, and he wants to talk to you about life. He shows you how hard you've worked, and he shows you your dream in front of you. And that helps you stay focused. You can open your eyes. That helps you stay focused. He's telling you it's coming. Okay. We have a little Three of Swords here. So that may be in the past. It may be what you overcame. And there may be a little bit of grief or something left. Or there might be a little bit of something that you're still letting go of. Painful separation, loss, heartbreak, an opportunity to heal. Shadows coming to light, finding inspiration again. Okay, so you overcame some deep heartache and you're coming out of it and healing, coming back into the light and finding inspiration again. He's helping you see your journey, your path. And then we have the Hierophant. Tradition, a lesson, spiritual leader or guide, enlightenment, awakening, in service of spirit, formal education or training, new paradigms. I am my own guru, and the guidance I need is rooted in my faith, my belief, and my unique essence. So say that again. I am my own guru. Repeat after me. And the guidance I need is rooted in my faith, my belief, and my unique essence. Okay, and then the Chariot. Oh, that's not the Chariot. Victory, speed, and action. Determination, harnessing and uniting opposing energies. Success, travel, confidence, willpower, control. Okay, what are those opposing energies that you're uniting? Dialogue with them and bring spirit in. Help integrate them. I have a really great exercise for that that I learned in my spiritual life coaching class. Okay, so success, travel, confidence, willpower, and control. I choose who I am becoming, and I run toward it with conviction and consistent motion. It's coming. These two cards are telling you it's coming. And it doesn't look like there's much in the way, so that's good. It looks like we're just... Did I do the Nine of Wands? I did, yeah. All right, so I'm just going to pull a card from Messages from the Guides. This is one of my favorite decks lately, by James Van Praagh. I found it at a used bookstore. It's always fun to go to a used bookstore and find, you never know what you're going to find. I think it was actually just I don't remember if it was a bookstore or it was the store next door, which was just a little thrift store. Oh, I think I got one of my decks at the thrift store and one at the bookstore next door. Follow the golden rule and release toxic relationships. Okay. So some of us, including myself, have really been struggling with letting go of toxic relationships. I have children, so it's made it a little bit harder for me because I have to still interact with my ex, and I don't want to say anything bad about him, but he has some, yeah, I don't want to say anything bad, but it's been really hard to... Sometimes it's been really hard to work with him. I feel bad even saying that, but it has been really difficult. Okay. Follow the golden rule. The message of this card is the cornerstone for anyone choosing to live a mindful life. Anytime it appears in your spread, you will know that a situation is occurring or about to occur in which you need to treat others as you would like to be treated. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes and imagining what advice, help you would like if you were that person is the greatest exercise of empathy there is. Of course, we're not all the same, so we don't all like the same things. And I find in moving from being a therapist to a coach, I find that what I love about coaching, it's very respectful, and it asks if you want any, I don't want to call it advice because you don't give people advice, but I have a lot of knowledge from being a marriage and family therapist. So if you want like knowledge and tips from the field, that could be helpful, or a new perspective, a different perspective on it. So you can offer that. But it asks that. So it's very respectful. I've struggled a little bit with moving from a therapist to a coach, because as a therapist, I can just like tell you and be very direct and directive. But as a coach, I get to be, and this is what I always wanted, I get to be more respectful and ask you if you would like that, or if you want to just figure it out on your own, or do it your own way. From a karmic standpoint, you can never go wrong by following the golden rule. How you treat others can be labeled as right or wrong, but as long as your intention was to do as you'd like to be treated, then there is no culpability on your part. You came with an honest and sincere intention based on the thing you know the best, yourself. Guessing or assuming what actions to take can often lead to misunderstandings. Always think to yourself, if I were that person, what would I like to hear from me? Okay. And then release toxic relationships. Okay, that's giving me a little insight into a situation that I have asked about. In order for a soul to thrive, it needs to be in an environment of love and harmony. When there is discordance or imbalance, the soul suffers and the body is often left with emotional or physical pain. That's how it was for me towards the end of my marriage. I was in a lot of physical pain. Oftentimes, souls like you who are making progress on their spiritual path will attract others who may be drawn to your light and can siphon off your energy, leaving you feeling depleted and empty. It is always the first impulse of the evolved soul to want to assist their fellow travelers who seem to be struggling, but there comes a time when you must realize that their path and your path have little in common, and that it is best that you part ways. So I really struggled with that because I never wanted to hurt anybody, but I had to ask myself, do you think it's fair to stay in a relationship where you're only staying because you feel bad for the other person and you don't want to hurt them? You're hurting yourself. That's what I came to, and it was really, really hard because I didn't believe in divorce, and yet like everything in me was saying that you need to choose you have to let go. And that was like the hardest thing I ever had to do, and I never imagined having to do that. But it really has put me on the right path, and I'm in a place where I'm in a great relationship where everything that I had wanted manifested. Basically, it's this, like everything I wanted manifested. My last thing that I want is like material wealth, and I know that's coming. But I also want that to be in balance, because the real wealth is relationship and connection for me. That's real wealth. Okay. sometimes a soul will be brought into your journey just so you can prove to yourself that you have the wherewithal to release them. Toxic relationships come in all forms and can be detrimental in many ways. In your life, attempt to release those who are not in accordance with your being and do not inspire your soul. You may need to restructure your sense of healthy boundaries with people in your life. Do not allow your kindness to be mistaken as an entry for others to mistreat you. Life is too short to be with others who are not enjoying the adventure and aren't helping you co-create a world you want to live in. Okay, so I have been struggling with letting go of that. Like I thought, like, I really do it all the time. And what I've noticed is that you have to keep doing it. You have to keep letting go, because otherwise the unforgiveness and the holding on come back. So it's a regular practice of letting go, starting each day fresh and letting go of those old things. And I thought I was doing really well. And my boyfriend said to me last night, because I was saying about somebody else, I was being judgy, and I don't like to be judgy, but I was judging somebody else. And I said, they hold on to things. And he's like, you hold on to things. And I was like, what do you mean? And he gave me an example of how I do it. And I was like, okay. And so I started having this chat GPT conversation. I'm like, how, like, what is going on here? How am I holding on to this? And I realized I was holding on to it to feel superior. And that was exactly what the other person was doing that I was not liking. And so I realized, wow, like, okay, I need to step down and let go of that. And I really want to let go of that. I don't want to hold on to that. And the reason that I'm telling you this is because I can see how hard it is sometimes, because we're trying to understand and we don't want to repeat patterns. So that's why I was holding on to it, because I was trying to understand and I didn't want to repeat the pattern. But there was parts of it that I didn't know that I was doing. Like, there was part of it that I didn't want to accept, that superiority, that I wanted to feel superior. And also I wanted to feel like everything I had done had not been for nothing. But I have to give that to myself. I have to honor myself for that experience and take care of myself. And in doing that, I let go. And there are really only two choices: fear or love. So I was talking to God this morning, because I'm like, I don't understand how somebody could be like that. Like, how, and I'm like, and I don't want to understand, because I don't want to experience that and then feel that. And I've already done that. I feel like I've already done that. And I'm like, please help me to see this differently. And the message I got was, there are only two choices: fear or love. You're choosing love, and they're choosing fear, which has caused you to go separate ways. And sometimes you're both choosing love, but it's love of yourself, and now you have different needs and different wants. Or you've just become aware of what your needs and wants are. And you realize that they differ with your partners. And holding on is just like the most painful thing that you can do. I once heard this saying, like, it isn't the letting go that hurts, it's the holding on. And I found that to be true. Because in letting go, you really get to let go of, it's like when you go to the bathroom. I know this is really gross, but you're letting go of everything you don't need, but what you need stays there and nourishes you. And so everything that you truly love comes back in a new form, maybe, but you're just letting go of what you don't need. I know it's scary. I feel it too. Okay, so that's all I really wanted to say about that. Release toxic relationships. I feel like I want to end on a higher note, because that's pretty heavy. And I don't like to end on the heavy. So let's take a card from the Healing with the Angels. also by Doreen Virtue. That's a very old deck. Whew. Let's just take a card from that. Okay, one just jumped out at us. It's another focus. All right, so stay focused on what you want and stay focused on love. So that's really funny. I'm going to read it from this deck. I love when that happens, don't you? The synchronicities. Okay. Think about what you want, not what you don't want. So that's what I'm saying. Like, focus on the love and not the fear. Like, maybe you don't understand what happened. Maybe you don't understand why someone did a certain thing or hurt you in a certain way or does things in a certain way. Let it go. It's not for you to understand. Focus on where you want to go. Guard your thoughts carefully because they create your experiences. Sometimes it seems that our thoughts choose us, but this is never the case. We always choose our thoughts every moment. Our thoughts always have an effect, and there are no neutral thoughts. 1/2 second before you hold a thought, you decide to hold it. So with practice, you can learn to monitor and alter your thoughts. This is the equivalent of putting your hands on the steering wheel of your life. You may believe that your concentration abilities are impaired, yet the infallible mind of God is within your own mind. You can experience remarkable fears you can experience remarkable fears, but you don't want to do that. You can experience remarkable feats of concentration by affirming, I am now able to focus my mind at will. I hold only loving thoughts, and my angels act as my gatekeepers in establishing a steady stream of thoughts of love. Letting go of everything we don't need and focusing on where we want to go. Go in peace and love to serve Spirit. I love you. I feel so much love right now in my heart. Sending it to you.